Okay, let's call this meeting the Haysville Planning Commission to order. First item of business is a roll call.
Blood,
Here.
True,
Here.
Williams, Wallace,
Here.
Coleman,
Here.
Rinky, Azir.
Here. Next item of business is the presentation and approval of minutes of April 11th, 2024.
And I know these were tabled at the last meeting on May 9th, and there was wanted some clarification of this, and I had went over, I know that, I don't know if anyone wanted clarification for the public hearings that were held, but on November 16th, November 16th, we had published, we held a public hearing on the December 14th meeting. That was for zoning regs 202 and 400. That's the definitions in the use chart. And then in this year, we had tabled items for the zoning regulations for only 401 through 414. We ended up republishing that again on March 28th because we added sections 303 and 304. We had a public hearing on March 21st, and that was approved at the council meeting. That was held on, the public hearing was held on April 11th. So we did hold a public hearing. Those were two separate items for the zoning regs that she was inquiring about. But the record of the minutes is just a record unless there was some reason that you did not want to approve them or something needed corrected. That would be the only reason, but otherwise those should be able to be approved.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 11th, 2024. That was tabled from May 9th as presented.
I'll second.
A motion second to approve the minutes of April 11th, 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstentions? Next is the minutes from May 9th. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 9th, 2024 as presented.
I will second.
A motion second to approve the minutes of May 9th, 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? I abstain. Next item of business is the public forum.
There appears to be no one here. Tim had asked me about why we were listing this as public forum, looking at other cities and everything instead of citizens to be heard, because we do hear from people in area of influence. That is why it's titled that, just so everybody knows.
So under new business, we have election of officers. Are there any nominations?
I nominate Tim Azier as the chair.
Do you need a second for that?
Yeah, you need a second?
I
We
didn't
don't
hear
have to have a
ask.
second.
I heard seconds. Questions?
I will second.
Yeah, I'll second.
I nominate, well, we should vote on those individually.
We've done them together in the past.
Okay. I nominate Debbie for vice chair.
Second.
I also nominate Georgie for secretary.
Second that as well.
So if we vote on them all together, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Under new business, item B, we have a review of the Haysville Bicycle and Pedestrian Master Plan. Sorry, Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan.
So in front of you, I just want to point out that you do have two different copies. The first one shows red lines, so you can tell what was changed in there, and then the second copy is the clean copy, which I think is always easier to read. Part of this was just we reviewed previous years, so some of this is just kind of minor changes. I had combined on the gap analysis was listed. They kind of had like all the pathways that we wanted to add. It was listed twice, so I moved that small section above future pathways and then added those there, so it just wasn't in two different areas, if that makes sense to everyone. And then updated the maps. One thing with the maps on the future pathways, there is a couple that we put in blue because we don't have a timeline for when those are going to be done yet. And that would be up there from Maple Street over to Broadway down to with the Mitchell, the big ditch, and then along Grand on the east side of the turnpike over to that addition over there to hydraulic, and then from along 79th over to South Seneca. You'll see those three in blue. So we don't really have a timeline for those, so we're just marking those as future projects. The other ones have all kind of are on the books and have a timeline. So that's
I'm
major
looking at
changes.
this map.
Oh, no, go to this map. So the map that you had right there shows all the bike paths in the city. So you want to look at the future pathways. That's the one that we have updated.
This one here to keep going.
This one.
Turn around. Okay.
That one right there. And then that has numbers that correlate with the projects.
So, yeah, 63rd getting built this summer. Meridian was built last summer, but it's not all the way to 79th. Broadway is still technically under design, but we're waiting to get right away. Seneca's under design, but waiting on Broadway.
Yeah, hopefully all three of those should actually be dropping off next year
Okay.
when we review this again.
That was my only question, is to make sure that all that was updated
Yep.
based on what we know is gonna get built.
Yep, and it should say on there completion in 2024, I think, on all three of those. So, and this is part of the comp plan. We review this every year, so sometimes it may be minor changes. This year there's quite a few more on the projects, so.
And Georgie, under the priority improvement projects, number 6, I think the word "the" needs removed.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions on anything? Because we had previously looked at the park plan, and then this pathway plan is separate. I try to keep them so that they're at 2 different meetings. Tim doesn't like to look at 2 of them at one meeting.
Any discussion at all?
Thank you for doing all that.
Yeah.
You want us to vote to accept this
Yep,
with changes?
yep.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the Haysville bicycle and pedestrian plan as, with changes noted.
I will second that.
Have a motion and second to accept the Haysville bicycle pedestrian, this says master plan on the title, as presented with changes. All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? No old business or correspondence?
Nope.
Office agenda states the next meeting is July 25th, which Deb will be absent for, which moves us to item 9.
I'd make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.